It's pretty extensive. And oh yeah, we're back. Okay, yeah. So spawning in at the bottom right hand corner as the dark blue Protoss.
QED stud. Almost went to say, it's like I was gonna say stud or something, but it was stod. Nailed it. Good.
Moving to the top left hand corner, spawning in as the pink Protoss.
mGG Nemesis.
And just for anyone who wasn't sure, the Nemesis, she has actually won the last 2 games, 2-0'd so far. So on a bit of a hot streak right now.
Yeah, we see like a 4-gate. Well, no, in the first game was a 4-gate with a backup Nexus just in case, you know, the 4-gate got denied but wasn't overly lost.
Is that what we're gonna call it, a backup Nexus?
Yeah, backup Nexus. I don't know. And then in the next game we saw 3-gate Robo. We lost another quick exchange. So, what are we going to see this game?
That's right.
It's quite a unique style of Nemesis to just put 2 in the gas during the early stages of the game.
2 in the gas, so not to get too much. Oh, almost gets the probe, but
it's going to be a lot of lost mineral mining time
for missing the probe. But like it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. But everything pretty standard so far. That simulator just finishing up now, and we've got a probe moving into the third base to put down a pylon, which is a pretty early pylon to put down. Normally when you see a 4-gate, you see the third pylon go down out on the field as the forward pylon, but looks like we're going for it. Gonna see that pylon go down, and this probe's gonna actually come back in now, and we'll... So it's not actually immediately going to see that pylon, which could either mean... And there's a chrono boost gone down as well, so if you're going to see the chrono boost and no second pylon, you're pretty sure something's up.
Pretty sure something fishy is going on.
Pretty sure, but not much chrono boost actually still on the Nexus, so the warp gate is going to actually be a little bit delayed so far. So, see gateway number 2 going down. And let's see, Nemesis. She's now actually checking around the outside of her base, just in case that pylon is just kind of, you know, chilling somewhere in there, you know, having a bit of a relax as you do, you know.
I do know that. You know me, Matt. I love my vacations.
Who? That's right. That's right. I wouldn't expect a no from that. So.
Stud coming in. Gonna see that robo facility. Sentry popping out. It's going to be pretty defensive. Nemesis, I think, expecting a 4-gate. 2-gate Robo does pretty well against a 4-gate if you get that Immortal out.
Probably going to see that Immortal come out.
And we'll see that she does now have 3 in one gas, but still just 2 in the other.
It's all about the gas timings right now, I guess.
And we're gonna see a 3-gate Robo from Stod.
Very standard sort of play. Off one base, probably going to see that Nexus go down sometime soon, unless we might see this pylon come into play with some sort of aggressiveness, but it's still quite a fair bit of distance to run all the way down and then into the main after that. Actually, is this Stalker going to see this pylon? Ooh.
It's around a little bit prematurely, yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Looks like it's just going to go and secure that tower now. So warp gate just finishing up, and Stott has actually got a sentry trapped. He's got a sentry trapped.
Oh my god. That would be embarrassing.
That hurts ya. Nothing is worse than units trapped in there. Especially a sentry, because sentries, they're not the cheapest things around either. But let's see.
They're not those. We'll be able to take out that pylon and things won't get powered down, so...
That's right, but Nemesis actually spotting that forward pylon, but does have the Immortal out now, so I have to say she's probably feeling pretty safe right now.
These 2 Stalkers are going to get caught unaware by 3 Stalkers. Getting a few shots off early though, going to take down 1 Stalker perhaps a bit late, can focus down that other one, no. Going to run the Zealots up for backup support. Stod tries to be aggressive here. He's going to lose a Stalker instantly.
Stalker goes down to that Immortal. Immortal is not here to muck around. Means business.
I imagine the Immortal is like, has a Vinnie Jones kind of voice. Like, alright mate, you here mess around? Fall for your twice.
It's
something along the lines of that.
Nothing says you mean business like an Immortal though.
Oh yeah.
You have to admit.
Nemesis take that natural.
Nemesis actually supply blocked as well right now, and there's a pylon.
Pylon not on the way.
No, actually not on the way. You're right. I'm looking for a pylon that isn't there. But
mate, you're gonna get a Warp Prism for Stod, so you might see some Immortal drops perhaps. Should be quite cool to see, I think.
Immortal drops are pretty cool.
That Sentry.
Builds the Warp Prism to get the Sentry out.
I hope he does utilize it a little bit more than just that.
Nothing says efficiency, right? Like picking a Sentry up and moving it to a place. Looks like the Warp Prism's done. It's clocked off for the day.
That is it. It's 200, but it's more that time it takes. Here it goes. He's going to pick up some Zealots. And an Immortal.
An Immortal? Nope. Just
2 Zealots.
a couple of Zealots, but
a little bit of Mirror Line harass with that.
See, the Observer does actually see the Warp Prism.
There you go.
And Nemesis has actually got Observers just flying around everywhere. Just on patrol around the place, which is, I have to say, it's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, why not put them on patrol, you know?
That's right, they're very slow. But, you know, constantly checking the expos, all that kind of stuff, but has actually spotted the Warp Prism drop. And are we going to see a Warp in here?
Yes, we are.
Zealot, a couple of Stalkers, but there's no response from the natural. Looks like these units are going to come up now, and the cannon's down already. And we're going to have to see this army get picked up, or it might actually get lost now. It needs to turn that back into transport mode. It's actually focusing down the Warp Prism, and
very nice cleanup by Nemesis there.
Warp Prism is dead.
We just see the supply getting in the lead for Nemesis. Got that expansion down as well. Expansion only just going down for Stod. So Nemesis should be feeling pretty solid right now, holding off that early aggression with the 3 Stalkers, trying to get down this rock, pick out the pylon, really losing nothing Nemesis, and then just then with that Warp Prism, not doing much of anything at all as well.
Yeah, you're right. That the gap is beginning to grow between the supply counts. Like this expo has actually been saturated for a fair while. The harvest account, it's 41 to 26, so there's a bit of a difference in the income, and also +1 is just finishing up now for Nemesis. So it's looking like this is going to be a pretty scary push that we're about to see. I'm gonna take a guess when this +1 finishes. Also got a robotics bay coming out too, so you're gonna maybe see some Colossi there.
Yeah, I think she'll wait for a Colossi before moving out with the army. She's got a forward pylon down there. Just keep scouting with the Observer. Wants to know if any army movements coming out. Scouting the 4th, scouting the 3rd. Just seeing whatever's going on. Anything it's got to be careful of. So it's 94 to 71. Colossi on the way, +1 attack, +1 armor on the way as well. More gates coming down.
A lot. It's looking pretty scary. There's no other way to put it really. Stod is actually getting blinked right now. Maybe we're going to see some sort of blink play, but I'm going to take a guess and see Nemesis take a 3rd base and then just push out behind it.
Let me see that pro. Is it going to go start the Nexus? No, I think.
Nope, it's going home. It's had enough.
It's going home.
Got 600 minerals, got enough for one. Another forward pylon going down, and Stod really doesn't have any map vision again, so scouting is actually falling down a little bit, and Nemesis's army is just sitting there. It's pretty much ready to go.
So it does have a few sentries though, so it can put down a couple of good force fields. Could hold off this army. just enough time to get +1 attack as well, so then they'll be on a level field there. If we look at the unit count, it's 3 immortals to 2, so Nemesis just kind of overpowering in every aspect.
Nemesis currently just got a Colossus just sitting sort of in the middle of the map there. And we've got an attack coming down. A few Zealots are actually going to be caught out here. Oh.
Studs got to be careful with those Zealots, and they will get lost without any kind of army to back up.
Wastage isn't the sort of thing you need right now. That was a pretty interesting blink down. But we do have some sentries that have got a fair bit of energy. So moving that Colossi down to the main army now.
Matt, let me ask you a question.
Shoot.
Have you been watching the Heart of the Swarm videos?
I have, yeah. I haven't seen the latest one, but I have.
We'll have to talk about that in the break, or a little bit later, because I'm coming engaged now. Nemesis is going to go for it now. It's got that Colossi in the mix.
No force field's gone down just yet, and this is looking like a very, very scary push.
Not even seeing Guardian Shields pop up. Those Sentry energy just going to waste now.
Oh, another Colossi coming down from the back of Void Rays coming out for Stod, but I think it's actually going to just be too late. Has the Concave right now. Stod is in a lot of trouble. So that Void Ray up on the high ground. Fleet Beacon is currently producing as well, but that Expo goes down, and I'm not sure if there's going to be that much that he can do to actually hold off this army.
Yeah, I think Nemesis is just too good to be able to, lose this at this point in the game. She has showed very solid play, even getting Guardian Shield up, showing just what those sentries can do. Here's take a lesson out of Nemesis, but press that G button. So if you take note, Stod is a Silver League player versus Nemesis is Gold League play. So I think Stod played pretty well, relatively speaking. You're just seeing the power. You see, Stod actually wasn't paying attention during that last battle to know that he lost it. And GG's.
GG's go out. My bad.
Was that the penis scene?
Oh yeah, totally. Right.
Is that the scene you've got set up for just close up of your penis?
That's right. So we have got spawning in the top right hand corner as the pink Protoss.
mGG Nemesis.
And moving down to the bottom left hand corner, spawning as the red Protoss.
QED Serenity.
There you have it. And Serenity being the player who has been promoted to Diamond, which is it's exciting. But here we are for game number 4 on Daybreak, which is a
very popular map.
I'm a fan of Daybreak too. I did say before I was a fan of Antigua. Daybreak and Antigua, pretty big fan of those maps. We've got the pretty easily defended natural down here, which has got the ramp here and here, which this ramp does actually access the third, which is people can counterattack it pretty easy because it's very open, but still a nice close distance to the expansion. We've also got the potential fourth base in the middle here, or the long distance one, which is right up in the top, and it's mirror from each side, so same down the other side. Nice, lovely.
Just for that third as well, if you want to take that out with like your main army, it's going to put you really kind of out of position because it's so far away from your main.
That's true. It's it's good for drops, I guess. Probably not huge attacks on it, but
yeah, good for sniping, good for harassing that third, but you don't want to really get too out of position.
See, and
Serenity gas stealing.
With the gas steal. And that probe actually jumping away from the gas just then when it was zapped, but it's going to be the new physics, I guess. We're going to see a cancel go down. That's a finish. And Nemesis, she's actually decided to put 3 probes. 3 probes in the gas this time. So there you have it.
Yep, Nemesis always very decisive with the gas. She knows what she wants. She wants like, oh, I've got both gases. I'm just going to go 2. If I don't have 2 gas now, so I'm just going to fully utilize that 1 gas with the 3.
There you have it. That's right.
Were you expecting me to say more or something? It was kind of a bit of a gap.
No, I think it does it okay. So Serenity now opening with 2 gateways before the cybernetics core.
That might have been because he used that extra. I don't know. Actually, just forgot. Maybe.
I don't know. The Protoss meta changes so often. I don't know what to think of it anymore. I don't know what to think of it. But we have actually got Nemesis putting down that 3rd pylon down forward, which we're actually going to see the 4-gate. Pretty standard sort of 4-gate. We've got that Chrono Boost saved up for the Cybernetics Con. That assimilator would have actually seen the Chrono Boost waiting on the Nexus. So you could, just based on that, you could probably almost guess a 4-gate or some sort of early pressure at least.
Yeah, and you know they're going to be behind on gas. So I mean, the 4-gate build only does utilize 1 gas. Am I correct, Matt?
That is true.
So,
Against in a PvP, you're more commonly going to see Protoss only have 1 gas.
Yeah, so Nemesis has been very adaptable right now as well, going, oh, well, I've only got just put a gas down as I speak, but so maybe it's not an all-in 4-gate kind of thing. But, you know, just adapt, we'll try and do a 4-gate time, and since we're only limited to 1 gas, we're not going to go, robo facility first or anything like that.
That's right, yeah, but actually, I think Warp Gate might actually be a little bit behind because there's a fair bit of production, and this could hit a little bit late, I think. Also got the probe station down just behind the Expo, maybe to put down another pylon just to scout, see if that Expo's there. But the sentry count is pretty high. Got 2 sentries out already for Serenity, and that 3 sentries out now, which is probably going to be enough to actually hold off this 4-gate.
Yeah, Serenity does have that robo facility. It's coming out with observers, going to know everything that's going on. Getting another observer, and then we'll probably see Immortal production.
That's right, yeah, probably going to see that Immortal come out. Once you get that Immortal out against a 4-gate, you're usually in a pretty good position, I have to say. So those gateways finishing now. Forge going down. So this is kind of veered off a little bit from the standard sort of play that you normally see. And I might see an Expo after this. This is Serenity taking a hidden base, but is actually going to be spotted by the forward pylon of Nemesis. So I have to say, this whole situation here it's an awkward,
a little bit messy.
It's an awkward situation. And
in one word, that would be the word to describe it: awkward. Just, oh well, this is awkward.
Going to the Serenity cam, hasn't really looked up there yet, but not really sure what to think about that.
If this Nexus finishes, that would be pretty bad for Serenity.
Well, we could see a warp in here, and it can potentially do a lot of damage if it denies this Expo. I don't really know what to say about this. It's just a very interesting situation in general, and I guess the Serenity really looked at it. Let's see, those zealots are coming now.
The attention will be drawn to it. It's gonna warp in, a stalk just to die. He's gonna try and micro it. So he's gonna let that Nexus finish, it looks like. See him moving out, and it finishes.
Nexus is finished, but
Serenity gonna go in and just try and attack Nemesis now.
With that Immortal out, a lot of sentries as well. I'm gonna say that that's probably not such a bad idea. The Docker goes down. This Nexus is going to be under pretty heavy threat. Are we going to see a force field go down? Oh, there's the force field.
Great force fields. Oh, great force fields on those warping in zealots.
Keep those zealots out. This Nexus
1 sentry goes down.
Currently being hit by the zealot, but sentries still have a lot of energy left on that. Serenity's got that forward pylon down now, so we're going to see some warp in. We've got 2 stalkers coming in now. Oh, but it looks like
Position 1's going to go down, and Nemesis is going to hold this off. And going to lose that Nexus up the top there.
Has denied it, but let's see, that army's going to move up to that Nexus now. It would be pretty devastating if this Nexus actually goes down.
They're not going to get there in time, Matt. It is going to go down.
Oh, let's see, the Nexus does actually go down, and that
get 2 probes as well. think Serenity may be underestimating Nemesis a little bit here. These Zealots will get cleaned up, and he's actually brought all the probes in as well.
Oh.
That transfer, Serenity, I don't know what's going on here. And losing a sentry as well. A sentry gonna get, and 2 sentries go down to these Zealots. These Zealots proving their warping cost. Oh my god, will they get another one with full of energy?
Immortal.
Oh my god.
Force fields go down, pretty good force fields.
Oh, it is. Nemesis targeted Nemesis to get the other one. Oh, I actually would have targeted down that sentry. Had a lot of energy on it, but I mean, getting either one would be great.
Wow, and I have to say, Nemesis currently with a 20 supply lead above Serenity. I have to say that's pretty amazing, and also has the Expo to hold it. Even though the probe count is currently the same, the income is significantly higher just from that Expo.
Yeah, I don't really know what Serenity was thinking, that he could hold that
That Nexus.
Stop there, yeah. With
wow.
So far away.
See more sentries getting warped in now, but this Nexus still 80 seconds away before you can start mining from it, and Serenity's got that saturation up, chrono boosting out +1 armor, and already has +1 ground attack. So I'd say Nemesis is actually, she's pulled a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, we do see a Robo-Bay coming down for Nemesis as well, so we'll see those famous Colossi, and I assume that'll probably be the time that she moves out as well. When a Colossi or 2 come out, which yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work out. Should have kind of. It's hard to pressure someone when they're playing so sentry heavy though. You're not gonna be able to go in and kill them because they can just wall off so well.
That's right, yeah. So Nemesis
upgrade complete.
Currently scouting the back of Serenity's base. But I don't know. You are going to see from higher league players that they're going to have better game mechanics, and they're going to be able to be able to really push it at a psychological state. So in other words, you're not going to totally break down if something bad happens, I guess you could say. But
yeah, you're gonna keep your composure a little bit more.
That's right. That's right.
You're gonna be able to still micro well under intense situations because you've faced a lot more of them.
That's essentially, that's pretty much where it is, and like looking at it kind of in mechanics and stuff like that as well. You can like come back. Like if we look at the macro right now, I know it's. The income has been different, but the minerals and gas have been a lot lower, and it's actually forced a comeback in the supply right now. Like, Serenity has brought it to a difference only by 10 supply, roughly.
Yeah.
So it has actually brought it back, but this Colossi is out and can potentially do a lot of damage to this army. Sentry count is still pretty high, and it looks like it's going to have a bit of a standoff.
A lot of immortals out. Serenity as well, which is gonna do pretty well. A lot of not many stalkers in for Serenity at the moment, so pretty nice composition for Serenity with those immortal sentry zealots. I'm just gonna see how it's gonna pan out. Just the more conventional army of Nemesis.
Let's see. So a lot of this game is going to come down to this battle now.
Taking down those rocks.
Let's see what we're going to have. It looks like it's going to go down on this ramp.
Pods.
See,
nice force field.
Nemesis
really
is
zealots.
Pop the panic. Both players pop the panic button. A lot of immortals, but the Colossi just walking over the force fields. What force fields, right?
Nemesis really just want to get caught out of position here with so many force fields being able to be called down. Forward time. Yes, that.
Colossi goes down. Immortal sitting there on 2 health, doing a lot of damage, but more force fields, gets the sentries out. Immortal gets denied up at the top.
More zealots for the sentry, so he will be able to hold this force off. Oh, the Nemesis, the pile for Nemesis just finished. Will she be able to warp in anything? Gonna warp in some zealots.
See, 5 zealots being warped in well on the low ground there. The immortal count is still pretty high, but just needs some more supporting units. Zealots being
some darks. Emperor
DT
being
is getting warped in. And although Nemesis' Observer is still there,
they will get taken down, but they're still doing a lot of damage, shredding up that army. It will give Sentry the edge in this engagement there. The Immortal going down to not without a fight. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, the other Immortal going to go down. Nemesis actually has got some units in the middle line of oh, I'm losing my voice. Serenity is mineral line, Matt. You take over for a second, Matt.
Nemesis is currently taking out the Serenity Natural Mineral line. Zealot's being warped in on the high ground for Serenity, and it looks like Nemesis is going to actually take down this Natural. More DTs being warped in. Really needs to get rid of this Observer, and a Colossi has arrived, which is going to cause a lot of trouble for Serenity. I'm not really sure what's actually going to happen from this point onwards.
This is so good for Nemesis. Oh my god. That
Zealot's getting a really nice surround on the Stalkers. Nemesis and Zealot's getting stuck at the back, but more Zealot's getting walked in on the low ground, and I think Nemesis is actually going to take this one.
That one Archon goes down. The other Archon's going to go down with nothing to support it.
The next Archon goes down, and I don't think Serenity actually...
Oh, and we see the pause and leave the game.
Oh wow, that was really close.